we have learned about extraction of data from Scopus database. So when we extract data from Scopus database, there is an opportunity to use multiple Boolean operators. And you know what are the different Boolean operators and which Boolean operator helps you to narrow down the result as asked in the question here. Yeah. So just see, just check which one is the correct answer. Okay. So which Boolean operator or which Boolean logic used for the literature search, or which operator helps to narrow down the results by combining the terms? That is a question here. Yeah, here also almost 31 respondents already polled. This is a kind of reflection we have to do all the time whenever we attend a session. Before proceeding further, it would be much better to have this kind of a revision. That's why we are just asking one or two questions. Yeah, 36, 37 respondents so far. And yeah, 36 respondents are saying that the Boolean operator and is used to narrow down the result by combining the terms. And 3 respondents are saying that it is not. And I don't know why but there. But is not a Boolean operator. We discussed yesterday. Only 3 Boolean operators there. In Scopus, the Boolean operators we use to combine or for the search purpose are and, or, and not. And, or not. Simply not may also be there. Okay. So here, as most of our friends responded, and is the correct answer, because when we use one keyword and it is combined with and with another keyword, it will give results which consist of both the keywords alone. So it will narrow down the results. That is why the question, the Boolean logic used for the literature search, which operator helps to narrow down the result by combining the terms. So thank you for your response, and majority have a clear understanding. Don't worry about the wrong answers. As I said, this is for a clear understanding of what you have learned so far. Okay. Then, so far we have learned about how to formulate a problem, because the first step of the review process itself is to formulate the research question or the research problem. And we have already discussed about the search process. Only the first process, the first database we have discussed. And I just try to combine it with another concept, because most of you are from the education sector itself. Either you are research scholars or you are teachers or research supervisors and all. Nowadays, we all are discussing about outcome-based education system. Under outcome-based education system, we always bother about the Bloom's taxonomy. So how the Bloom's taxonomy can be connected with your literature review? See, our traditional review only helped us to list the sources and definitions. So it stands in the area of, or in the first phase only, that is the remembering level of outcome is possible when we conduct the traditional review. So that traditional review is just listing the sources and definitions. And sometimes after listing the sources and definitions, you may sometimes prepare some summaries also, or explain and summarize the findings of such studies also. Then you are proceeding to the next level of the ladder, the ladder set as per the Bloom's taxonomy, that is understand the literature. So the traditional review will help us to step only these two steps, that is remembering and understanding. But when you are conducting the systematic literature review, because the systematic literature review always concentrate on a particular research question. So through the literature, you are trying to connect the literature with your research question. So an application is there. So an application kind of thing applies the outcome there. So not only remembering, not only understanding, you are applying your literature to the research question. That is application. Again, through the bibliometric analysis, we are just trying to find out the pattern of publication, and we are trying to find out our findings and its relation with the existing findings or the existing literature, our findings and its contradiction with the existing literature and all. So we are trying to spot out the patterns and contradictions through an analysis process. That is why bibliometric analysis. So analyze is the outcome there. That is analyzing. Again, we are judging the quality and comparing the findings of one set with that of other set. That is why I told you yesterday about the metadata analysis. That is actually an extension of this bibliometric analysis. We are just comparing the results of different studies together and finding out the quality of findings created by each and every researchers through the research process. That is judging the quality and comparing the findings. We are evaluating actually the findings which have already been created by the other researchers. That is evaluation. And finally, what we are doing through this literature review, we are developing the conceptual framework for our study, and the entire design is being created with the help of literature review only. So the ultimate stage of Bloom's taxonomy is being achieved through the systematic literature review process. See, when we combine it with the outcome-based education, the systematic literature review is a kind of research process which help the researcher to climb the ladder up to the create level of outcome. Clear? So that is why we are discussing about this systematic literature review. Again, coming back to our discussion. So we have already discussed about the different steps involved in the literature review process. One is the problem formulation, then searching the literature, screening potentially eligible studies, data extraction, coding, and critical appraisal. Actually, dear friends, we have started the various steps involved in the systematic literature review process, starting with the problem formulation. And I hope you understand the first step, that is problem formulation, we discussed yesterday, because we need a clearly defined objective or a research question for carrying out the search process. How to create that question? To create that question, yesterday, with the help of some worksheet, we have discussed that either by connecting it with the constructs or categories, or with rates and trends, or by establishing certain association between variables, or if our purpose is to predict something, or if our purpose of study is to establish the cause-effect relationship between variables, or our purpose is either to generalize or generalize the outcomes of the study. So what is your purpose? Based on that purpose, you can formulate your research question. That is what we discussed yesterday. And then we discussed about the need of a protocol. The protocol, that is actually a plan for conducting the entire research process. It is better to create a protocol. In the case of social science research, actually, we are not at all bothering about the protocol, but the protocol will help you to register your research review process. So we discussed about that protocol. Then we started discussing about searching for the literature. Searching for the literature in multiple databases. And we have already discussed about how to search for literature in the Scopus database. While searching itself, we have already discussed how to screen potentially eligible studies with the help of different filters and how to extract the data. That is why I told you that we have already climbed 4 steps in this 7-step process. Clear? So, how to search in different databases, how to screen the potentially eligible studies by using different filters, and how to extract data from the database. And we have already finished the data extraction from Scopus database. I hope you know how to extract data from the Scopus database. So that we have discussed in the case of Scopus. We have discussed about the search strategies, how to enter the keywords. If the keyword consists of previous slide. If the keyword consists of 2 words or 2 or more words, we have to input it in quotes. Otherwise, the system will read each and every word separately. So, we have to give it in quotes. Then again, what is the use of Boolean operator? What is the use of Boolean operator there? So, we discussed about different Boolean operators in Scopus like and, or, and not. And how we are using such Boolean operators just to club different databases, different keywords together, and how to use different filters. How to use different filters. So different filters are there. You know that this is the interface for this search process. Article title, abstract keywords, and there we have to input our keyword, and was there as default. Then we can change that keyword or and not, etc. So that is the use of Boolean operator. Again, we can add as much keywords as we need in our study, and we can use multiple Boolean operators also. That is based on your search, your need of your study, and based on that, we tried the extraction of data from the Scopus database. And you know that when we use different filters, we can reduce the size, and the filters, the selection of filters also depends upon your justification for using each and every filter. And after that, we extracted the data from the Scopus dataset. But when we extract it from the Scopus in format, we have actually extracted it in BibTeX format. If you are intended to analyze the data or do the analysis, the bibliometric analysis with RStudio, then you have to download it from Scopus in BibTeX format. And one thing I have to remind you at this point of time is this. When you do this process, you have to note down each and every step clearly. That means what is the keyword or what are the keywords we used for extracting data from Scopus. So the database is Scopus and the keywords are, what are your keywords? You have to note down everything. And the Boolean operators, why you have used such Boolean operators. The keywords, when it is connected with the Boolean operators, that is what is called your search string. So what is your search string which you use for downloading data from the database? That also is important. Then what all filters you have used at every point of time, how many documents you have filtered, and what is the ultimate result? And finally, how much documents you have downloaded. Everything you need to be noted down separately, because that is the methodology for doing systematic literature review. Clear? So if your intention is to write a review paper, Actually, the methodology of your review process is, first one, your search itself. When you do the search, you have to note down each and every steps clearly. Your keywords, your Boolean operators. So ultimately, what is your search string? And in your first search itself, how many documents you found in the Scopus datasets? Then what all filters you have used? After using each and every filter, what will be the result? And ultimately, how many documents you have downloaded? That you have to be noted down clearly, because that is the methodology for this data extraction and all. Okay, clear? So now today we are proceeding to the second database, that is Web of Science. And we will discuss about the other databases also. Please log into the Web of Science database. Yeah, please. So for you, actually those who have institutional access only can access to Web of Science for downloading data. Others, please just note down these steps. Please note down these steps, and whenever you get access, you can download data just by following these steps. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about how to extract data from Web of Science database. So why we are discussing about Scopus and Web of Science? Actually, Scopus and Web of Science are the most accepted and established databases that we can use for writing review papers, and even for your PhD work also. It is better to search on these two databases. So Web of Science, click Web of Science. So this is the interface of Web of Science. We have institutional access. That is why you can see that the search interface is visible for us. So here also we are going to search for different based on our keywords, because we have a topic in our mind, and based on your research question, you have to develop your own keywords. Yesterday, actually, we searched by using financial inclusion. Yeah, financial inclusion. So instead of all fields, actually, in the case of Web of Science, you can select the topics. No, instead of all fields, it is better to select topics, because when you select topics, it will give you the results regarding title, abstract, and abstract, keyword, and keyword plus only. No, because in the case of Scopus also, we selected title, abstract, and keywords only. So better to maintain uniformity, we are just selecting topic here. Again, here also, we just typed that keyword financial inclusion, because the keyword consists of two words. That is why we just inputted it in quotes. Okay, financial inclusion. Here also, we have the option to use multiple keywords. See, here it is add row, add row. Then add fields, again change it into topic. Add all fields, change it into topic. And actually, we use the term digital finance yesterday. Digital finance. Digital finance. That also in quotes. Digital finance. So we use these two keywords yesterday. In the case of Scopus, here also we are using the same two keywords. Then just click search. Just click search. $170 results from Web of Science core collection. So when we use these two keywords, digital financial inclusion, digital finance, digital financial literacy, such kind of keywords are also displaying there, because the Web of Science is having a peculiarity to create its own keywords based on the repetition of different keywords, that is keywords plus option. So we used all these things. So 170 results there. Here also we have the Boolean operators and, or, and not. When we added, just go back. When we added, see, the keyword here is and. That is why only 170 documents. If we provide the Boolean operator or there, just select or and do the search once again. Do the search. See the result, because now it is 3259. Because when we use the Boolean operator or, like that in the case of Scopus also, it gives us the results of all documents which consist of either the keyword financial inclusion or the keyword digital finance. But when we use and as the Boolean operator there, it will give a result which the papers have both these keywords together. That is why only limited number of documents there. So that is the use of the Boolean operator there. Again, here also we have filters. The filters here is denoted as refine results. See, refine results. Refine results. And quick filters are there. Publication year. There in Scopus, we mentioned it as a range. Normally, in the case of PhD researchers, we never use this filter because we were not at all interested. But if your interest is to do a state-of-the-art review, in that case, it is better to select the last 5 years only. But in the case of a PhD research, or if you are interested in writing a review article on a specific area, it is better to use, better not to use this publication year filter. And second one, document type. See the document type. Select see all. Select see all. Article, early access, review article, editorial material. So different types of materials are available. But in the case of Scopus, we used only article and review article. So select here also article and review article. You have to note it down, what all filters you used. So here we use the document type as a filter, and we have included article and review article, and we refined the result. Refine the result and see what is the result now. 3,178 results from Web of Science core collection. Is that 3,700? Yes. Yeah, okay. Then 3,178. Now we are going to, so this step you have to note it down. Again, we are going to the next filter. Researcher's profile actually not needed. That is the author details. And Web of Science categories, also we are not using that. Instead, we can use that because we selected the subjects there also. So that is why here also we can use the same. See what all subjects are available. Economics we have included, business finance we have included, and business management, multidisciplinary, social sciences, interdisciplinary. Then what else? So you have to note down each and every aspects you try to include in your study. Then refine the result. Now it is 1,869 documents. 1,869 documents. Next filter. See, different filters are available. Different filters are available. Then affiliations not needed. Publication title not needed. Language filter is essential. So we are just selecting the articles published in English language only and apply refine. Apply refine. And the result now is 1,865 results from Web of Science core collection. See, any other filters applicable for us? So the year we never use. Such kind of things are actually not needed. Countries and region not needed. Publishers not needed. Research areas actually not needed. Sometimes you can even go for open access publications only, because whenever you try to write a research article, it is better to get open access journals, because we have to go through the entire documents. So in that case, it is better to filter with the open access. All open access, then refine. It depends upon your justification. No, you have to decide what all filters we need to use. So now it is 707 results from Web of Science core collection. So you have to note down each and every step and how the results are now streamlined to 707 results. And now we are going to export this documents. Click export there, click export. And here also we have to select the format in which we need to export this. Actually, from Scopus, we have downloaded it in BibTeX format. But when you download the dataset from Web of Science, please keep in mind that for doing an analysis in RStudio, it is better to download it in plain text format, plain text file. Click plain text, click plain text, and all results, records from 1 to 707, records from 1 to 707, full record and cited references, because we need the citation details also. So select full record and citation references. Actually, from when we download data from Web of Science permit us to download the file which consists of only 500 records at a time. So better to select it as 1 to 500 and export. 1 to 500 and export. When you click export, it will start downloading it in the plain text format. That's so slow. And after downloading it, yeah, it has already been downloaded. You just give a file name, Web of Science, WOS, Web of Science, WOS, FI, financial inclusion. Okay, FI, save. So these 500 records already been saved there, but we need the entire results because it consists of more than 700. So you have to download again, export, plain text file, records from 501 to 707, 501 to 707, record content, full record and cited references, then export. Now you have got two files, no? Don't worry. We can easily club these two files into one and prepare it as one file, because we need only one file for the Web of Science data set. But the Web of Science interface allows us to download only 500 documents at a time. That is why we have downloaded it in it has two different files. Yeah, you just save it with another name. Okay, Web of Science FI2. Then you just open the Web of Science Financial Inclusion 1, Web of Science FI1 file. Go back to your system. In your system, it has already been saved there as two files, Web of Science F12 and FI2 and FI1. So just open the first file, Web of Science Financial Inclusion 1. Scroll down. Scroll down. At the end, you can see that there is a code EF. EF stands for end file. End of file. EF. Scroll down to the last part of that file. Yeah, see, there is an EF. So you remove that EF because the file is not ending there. So we are just removing it from there and open the second file, copy the entire portion. Copy the entire portion from the second file without its headers. Just copy the entire file and paste it here at the end of the first file. Then your file will be ready. So that is the process through which we are just preparing the file or the data set from the Web of Science database. Clear? Hope it is clear to you. Now the file is ready. It is only one set of file now, and this file consists of 707 documents. Okay, clear? Hope it is clear to all of you. So this is the process through which we are downloading data set from the Web of Science database. And dear friends, we are not exploring further into multiple databases. I will tell about some of the other databases also. One such database is ERIC. ERIC is the Education Resource and Information Center, ERIC. So ERIC is actually a database which is provided by the Education Department or the Education Ministry of US. And this is actually a free resource center. But nowadays, they are not allowing us to download in bulk the resources from their database. But almost all the records here are from the education type of studies. Those who are doing research in such kind of area, you can use this database. ERIC is a database. Here also, you can simply search with your keywords. In the search interface, you can type your keyword along with your Boolean operators also. So here, just type financial inclusion, then and so instead of connecting it as in the case of Scopus and Web of Science, automatically it will appear there. But here we are just typing it as it is. Financial inclusion and digital finance. Digital finance. I don't know how much resources will be available with respect to financial inclusion and digital finance in ERIC, but we are just searching. Click search. See the collection here. Only 3 results. Only 3 results are available. So you can use this interface also. Then again, another database is PubMed. PubMed is an established database, but the issue is actually it consists of studies related with the medical science or medical field related studies are more. But nowadays, it is a period of interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary, multidisciplinary research. So we are actually trying to get some publications in the field of public health and all. So in that case, social scientists can use this interface also. This is also another interface that can be used, because this interface is sponsored by the National Library of Medicine. That is why I told you that this interface will give you, you can download freely the resources from this database. But the issue is it may not provide that much documents as that of Scopus or Web of Science to you. This is about PubMed. And another database is Dimensions. Dimensions. Because of positive time, we are not explaining in detail all these areas. Dimensions. So with your email ID, you can create accounts in almost all the databases here, and Dimensions now it is supported by AI also. So they will help you to download materials either in BibTeX format or CSV format and all. These are different databases, and you know that Google Scholar is one of the most used database by most of us. So that is about extraction of data. I'm just stopping there. Otherwise, we will not be able to complete the entire area, because this is about extraction of data set from different databases. Hope it is clear to all of you. And yesterday, one of our participants asked a very relevant question. If we download databases from data sets from multiple databases, how can we able to proceed with further analysis? For doing a comprehensive analysis, we have to merge these databases or the data sets together. Not databases, data sets together. So here we have two different data sets. One is already being downloaded from Scopus, and another one is already being downloaded from Web of Science. I know that, dear friends, you may not have access to Scopus and Web of Science. That is why you may not have that kind of a download option, and the data sets may not be with you. To enjoy hands-on experience of doing this bibliometric analysis, we have already supplied two data sets. One is downloaded from Scopus and another one is downloaded from Web of Science. The data set is there in your WhatsApp group. In the participants WhatsApp group, today, just before the start of this session, we have shared two data sets. One is a BibTeX file that is downloaded from the Scopus database, and another one is a plain text file downloaded from the Web of Science database. So with the help of those two data sets, we are now trying to merge these data sets into one. When we merge these data sets, what is the use of merging these data sets? That is for example, when you download the data set from Scopus, it may consist of articles which may also indexed in the Web of Science. So in that case, your data set may consist of items or articles which will be in the Web of Science data set also. So we have to remove the duplicate entries and create a new file. And with that new file only, we will proceed for further analysis. How to do that? Data merging. That is our next session. How to do the data merging. Hope you all installed your R as well as R Studio in your systems. All of you installed it? R and R Studio? Hello? Am I audible to you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hope you all installed R and R Studio. Now we are opening the R Studio. Actually, R is a programming language, or it is actually supporting the R Studio to work, because R Studio is what we needed. R Studio is the user-friendly graphical interface with the working with the support of the R program. So we are just opening our R Studio. Open R Studio. Why the dimensions are is there? System is slow now. Open your R Studio. I hope you have already downloaded both the data sets from your WhatsApp group and save it in your system and open R Studio.
Sir, I had to ask a question, if I can ask with your permission.
Yeah, yes.
So it is actually about yesterday's class,
Yeah,
if I can ask today. So to be very frank, this Scopus was something new for me. So I had created the ID today. But when I opened it Scopus, it was not showing me the document search column that you guided yesterday.
yeah,
I
that
just
is
had
what
the
I told
author
you.
search and source.
That is what I told you. When we enter into the Scopus and create our own ID, it will not show the search interface. To get the
Okay.
search interface, your university should have, or your institution should have, an institutional access, because it is a
Okay.
paid database.
Okay.
So in the case of Scopus as well as Web of Science, it is top quality, very high rated database, which is normally being used by many of the social science researchers. But we need institutional access.
Okay,
Otherwise,
sir.
we could not be able to download data. That is why we have supplied the data set now.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Got
Okay.
it. So,
Yeah.
sir, we need an institutional mail ID to create that instead
Not
of a.
institutional mail ID, not only institutional mail ID, your
Okay,
institution should need to subscribe the same. Hmm?
okay, okay, sir.
Then only you will get access.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, most of the institutions are having access nowadays. Otherwise, you just approach some of your friends. Almost all the universities are having access. So some of your friends doing research in such kind of institutions, and they will help you, because you just try to create your own keywords and just give that keywords to them. They will download the data set to you, but download the data set for you. But at that time, you have to tell them that they need to note down each and every step clearly, because
Okay, sir.
that denotes your methodology. That's why. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Shall we continue then? Yeah, we are going to discuss about the data
Excuse me, sir.
merging aspect. The data merging aspect. We are using the R Studio for that. When you open the R Studio, see, there are two interfaces, and on the interface, we need to install certain packages. Without installing such packages, we couldn't be able to perform all these analysis and the merging process. That is why we have to install certain packages. We need to install packages. Click packages there. Install packages. Then the important packages we need are bibliometrics. When you type biblio, then automatically it will display there bibliometrics. Select that bibliometrics. Then click install. Okay. We are not clicking the install now because we have already installed that. That is why we are not clicking that. This is the process. Again, the second package you need is bibliometrics data. In the user library, it is there. That is why we are not installing. Otherwise, you need to click install and type biblio. Then it will come there, bibliometrics data. Select and click install. Thereby, you can install that also. And the third one needed is BibTeX. BibTeX. That BibTeX is also there. So BibTeX is the third package we needed. And the fourth one we need is the BibPlots. And the fifth one we need is XLSX. XLSX. So these are the 5 packages you need to install in your RStudio. So before beginning with the analysis or the data merging process, ensure that all these 5 packages are being installed in your RStudio. What are the 5 packages? I will repeat it once again. Bibliometrics data, BibTeX, BibPlot, and XLSX. Bibliometrics data, BibTeX, BibPlot, and XLSX. Okay, we will share it in PPT. The entire aspects we will share it in PPT. Then you can note it down easily. Okay. After installing the same, again come to the user library area and tick all these 5 packages we have installed now. We have already ticked there. Click the 5 packages. Once again, you just untick and tick, then they will understand. Okay. So after installing the same, it will get displayed in your user library and you have to check, tick mark each and every one. Bibliometrics data, BibPlot, BibTeX, and XLSX. Okay. So now your RStudio is ready. We have all these packages there. And we have 2 files also with us. One BibTeX file and one plain text file downloaded from both Scopus and Web of Science. Now we need to convert those 2 files into a common format because we have downloaded from Scopus as a BibTeX file and from Web of Science as a plain text file. But when we try to combine it into one file, one set, we have to first convert it into a common format. That common format is the XLSX format. That is the Excel format itself. Okay, XLSX format. For that, we have to use BiblioShiny. So, come to the console. In the other side, see that the cursor is there. There we have to type BiblioShiny. BiblioShiny app is the app we are using for doing this. So just type there BiblioShiny. When we type Biblio, automatically it will display the BiblioShiny there. Then click that, select that BiblioShiny. So BiblioShiny, then a bracket is there. Then put the cursor outside that bracket and enter. Automatically you will be lead to another interface, that is the BiblioShiny app. So this is the way in which you are opening your BiblioShiny app. In your RStudio, in that particular interface, after ticking all the 5 packages, you just come to the other side and type BiblioShiny and just enter, then you will get lead into the BiblioShiny app. Now you are in the BiblioShiny app. Okay. I hope you are all now in the BiblioShiny app. See, in the BiblioShiny app, in the left side, there is a menu called data. So see data, click there. Then you can see multiple aspects there, import or load data, API, merge collections, etc. So now we are just clicking import or load data because we are just going to import our 2 data sets into this BiblioShiny app. So click import or load data. Then see, when you click import or load data, in the other side, it was displayed that import or load. Please choose what to do. There, three options are there: import raw files, import bibliometrics file, use sample collection. So now we are going to import raw files because we just downloaded the dataset from Scopus in the raw form and from the Web of Science in the raw form. That is why we are just clicking it as import raw files, import raw files. Then in the next window, there we have to select the database. First, we are going to select the Scopus data. So select the database as a Scopus, and click choose file, browse. Then automatically it will lead you to the data set, and Scopus, the data set supplied to you, the file name is Scopus SF. Scopus SF. Open. See, that is the uploading process is completed already. Then click start. Automatically the data is being read by the Biblioshiny app. Now the characteristic features of that data set is being displayed here. Just close that window. And export collection. We need to save it as in the Excel format. That is the Excel SX. So in the Excel format, click Excel and export. Now the file is exported as an Excel file into your system. But you have to change the name of the file because the name of the file is very important for doing the analysis. I told you that R is a program language and we are not experts in the programming. So that is why when we write the program codes, we have to use the file name as it is. If it is a big file name, the possibility of occurring errors will be more. That is why we are just changing the file name. Save the file with a different name. Just give us Scopus SF. That means SF denotes the keyword and it is the Scopus data set in the Excel format, and just save as it is. So that is all about the Scopus data set. What we did now, we just imported that BibTeX file into Biblioshiny and converted it into an Excel file. That is the process. And do the same process for our Web of Science data set also. So import or load data, import raw files, select database as Web of Science, then browse, and your Web of Science SF, that is the file name, open. The upload is completed. Click start. See the characteristic features of the Web of Science data set here. Close that. Then export collection in the Excel format. Select Excel and export. That is already exported there, and change the file name. WOS Web of Science SF. So the file name has already been changed and it is already saved in our system. What we have did now, we have already converted both the data sets, the BibTeX file as well as the plain text file downloaded from both Scopus and Web of Science, now converted into a common format, that is the Excel format. Hope that much is clear to you. Then go back to RStudio. Go back to RStudio. Click the environment portion. See the environment there. Click the environment portion. Yeah. There you have the option to import a data set. Import a data set. Okay, import data set. In import data set, you have to select from which format? From Excel. From Excel. Click from Excel because both the files are now saved in Excel format. In Excel, and you have to browse. So you know the file name. You know the file name. Scopus SF. Open. Scopus SF. Open. So retrieving. The file is now in the RStudio. Import. Click import. Click import. Then it will automatically get displayed in the environment portion itself. It's taking some time. From Excel, we are just exporting the Scopus SF file. Open. Yeah. Yeah, it has already been displayed there. See, in the environment console, there is Scopus SF. 954 observations of 36 variables. So the data set which is displayed like that, 954 observations are there in the Scopus data set. Like that, we need to import the second data set also. Import from Excel and the Web of Science from downloads. Web of Science SF. Open. Open. And import. Import. That also is being displayed there. Web of Science SF, 338 observations of 65 variables. See, both the files are now in the environment portion or environment console of RStudio. So the next process is actually we have to combine these databases together. When we combine these two data sets together, we have to remove duplicates. Duplicate entries needs to be removed. After that, we need to combine both data sets together and we need to make it as one fresh data set. That is what is needed. For that, I told you R is a program language. That is why we need to write a program code here. What is the program code we need to enter here? See, the program code is combined less than hyphen merge DB sources. When you type, it will automatically come there. Merge DB sources. Merge DB sources. Click that. Merge DB sources. And within brackets, you have to write the Scopus file name. You know the Scopus file name? Scopus SF, comma, Web of Science file name, WOS SF, comma, remove dot duplicated is equal to remove dot duplicated is equal to true. True, bracket close, enter. See, there itself it was displayed. 282 duplicated documents removed. 282 duplicated documents removed. At the same time, you can see that in the environment console, there appeared a new file, combined 1010 observations of 72 variables. See, in the Scopus, there was 954 documents, and in the Web of Science, there were 338 observations. Of the total, 282 duplicated documents were removed with the help of this RStudio, and a new file was created after removing the duplicates. That is 1010 observations. 1010 observations. Now, what is needed? We have to save this as a new file. So for that, again, we need to write another code. Don't worry, I will tell these codes and display these codes in PPT. Then you will understand it clearly. The code is write dot xlsx. It will come there automatically. xlsx combined file is equal to then you give new file name is equal to, then give new file name dot xlsx, then bracket close, enter. Then automatically this file will appear in your computer's My Documents file. Go and check in your computer's documents file. In your computer's document file, there will be a new file, new SF. See, the new SF file is appeared there as an Excel file. New SF file is appeared there as an Excel file. Hope it is clear to you. This is the merging process. Before proceeding further, I will just display the codes with you and the packages with you as a PowerPoint. You just note it down. After that, we will explain it once more. Yeah, the codes are there in your WhatsApp group. The codes are there in your WhatsApp group as a PPT. It has already been shared. Data file for data merging. Everything is there. And now we have shared the code PPTX. The code PPTX. If you open that code PPTX, you can see that what are the packages required there. The packages are Bibliometrics, Bibliometrics data, BibTeX, BibPlot, and XLSX. And the code to combine file, combine less than hyphen merge DB sources within brackets, Scopus file name, comma, Web of Science file name, comma, remove dot duplicated is equal to true, then bracket close, enter. That is the code for combining the files. And next is the code to save the new file, write dot xlsx within brackets combined, comma, file is equal to new file name dot xlsx. So these are the codes which we use to combine the files together and prepare it ready for doing the analysis. Is that clear up to this? Whether we need to repeat the process once again? Otherwise, we will proceed to the next area. That is why I'm asking. Is it clear to you, or whether we need to do it once again? Participants are not responding. Hope either everyone understand everything, or whether we need to repeat it, or shall we continue with the next area?
Can continue, sir.
Continue, no problem. Okay.
Can continue, sir.
Continue. Okay. Then, now we have downloaded the data from Scopus and Web of Science. We merged the data by removing all duplicate entries, and the new data set is available with us. And this new data set will be used for doing the bibliometrics analysis. For doing the bibliometrics analysis, actually, again, we are using the BiblioShiny app. So we have to go back to the Biblioshiny. How to enter into the Biblioshiny? Just type Biblioshiny there, Biblioshiny. It will come automatically. Click. Then after bracket, enter. Then it will lead you to the Biblioshiny app. The Biblioshiny app. Okay. Again, we are in the Biblioshiny. So now we are going to analyze or doing the bibliometric analysis with the help of the data set we have downloaded. We have downloaded data from Scopus. We have downloaded data from Web of Science in BibTeX format, in plain text format. And with the help of Biblioshiny, we converted it into Excel files. And with the help of RStudio, again, we removed all the duplicate entries. We created it as one file and saved it as an Excel file. And the Excel file is ready for analysis. Now we are going to analyze the data. Come to data, import data or load data, import data or load data. Here, at the time of importing data, now we are selecting load bibliometrics file because the file now with us is the one which is created with the help of the RStudio, because we have combined both these files. And the file is being processed by the RStudio and that is combined as a new file. That is the bibliometrics file. That is why we have to select here load bibliometrics file. Then browse, choose the file, the new file, new SF. That is a new file. Open, upload complete. So start. See, 1010 documents and the documents quality close. Number of documents is 1010. Okay. Then see, at the same time, when we uploaded this bibliometrics data here, see, in the other side of the Biblioshiny app, multiple options are already been displayed there. You can select whatever option you need to analyze the data set. You can use that. So click overview. That is regarding the main information. Click main information. See, your data set comprises of documents from 2003 to 2025. So the keyword used for creating this data set is sustainable finance. That is why SF, the file name is SF. So the keyword is sustainable finance. So regarding sustainable finance, regarding the research in the area of sustainable finance, the first document as per Scopus and Web of Science is published in the year 2003. And plenty of documents being published in the year 2025. Therefore, the data set comprises of articles or documents from 2003 to 2025 from 427 sources. That means from 427 different journals. 1010 articles, 1010 documents. Annual growth rate is 27.23%. So this annual growth rate is showing that to what extent this particular area is important. And 2,324 authors created this 1010 documents. That means many collaborative works are there. And single authored documents, 210 articles out of this 1010 were single authored documents. International co-authorship is 14.06. Co-author per document is 2.71. And author keywords are 2,674. So within this particular sustainable finance keyword itself, multiple other keywords are available. So that will help us to find out the other areas of research related with this particular area. Then the documents average age is 2.39, average citation per document is 16.22. So see, the Biblioshiny app enabled us to provide a bird's eye view of the entire documents in our data set. This is actually the figure wise representation. If you are interested in creating a table, you can click table there, then it will give you the table also. Okay, so in that table also, all these informations are there. Main information data, time span is 2003 to 2025. Sources are there. So like that, you will get either table or figure. And if you are interested in knowing the annual scientific production, see the rate of growth of publications in this particular area alone is displayed as a graph. In the first table itself, we found that the data set comprises of documents from 2003 to 2025. But in 2003, number of documents is just 1 or 2 there. So the growth rate is not that much up to 2017. After that, the sustainable finance concept is growing. 2021, it is again growing. 23. See, the peak is on 24, 25. So it is an emerging topic. Many people are writing on this particular area. So you have an opportunity to find out new aspects. When you just put the cursor on the top of each and every area of this particular graph, you will find the year and number of documents produced in that particular year. So very clearly, the graph is giving annual scientific production. The table version of the same also can be downloaded. The table version, see, 2003 only 1 documents, 2004 2 documents, like that. 2012 it is 5 documents, and you can add as many rows as possible. See, in the year 2024 it is 297. 2025, now we are only in July. That is the 7th month. Even then, 200 documents already published in this sustainable finance area. So that is the relevance of this kind of an analysis. Okay, then next one is average citation per year. Again, this graph is showing average citation for each documents or all the documents clubbed together for an year. Average citation calculation is displayed there. Again, when you put the cursor on the top of the graph, on each part, you will get the details, average citations. Then go back to the table version. That also is showing the citation counts. Automatically, we all know that the documents published at the initial phases will get more number of citations. Otherwise, to get citations for recent documents, that document should address a recent issue or a new issue or first time issue. Then only you will get more number of citations. Then another area is the threefold plot.
Recording stopped.
Threefold plot. Yeah, there you have to add that. Just click. Okay. So you can give what all aspects you need in this threefold plot. The keywords and the author and country. Normally, we use these three aspects in the threefold plot, and just click create. Just click create. It will give you a diagram like this. And when you put the cursor on the top of each one, you will get the name of authors, the author keywords, and the countries. See, the diagram will give you the association of each and every keyword with different multiple countries or different multiple authors and all. So what kind of an international collaboration is visible here? Everything will get displayed in this threefold plot kind of analysis. Don't worry about this kind of interpretations for writing the interpretation. Now the BiblioShiny itself will give you an option to interpret the results with the help of Biblio AI. There is Biblio AI. This Biblio AI will give you
Recording
the
in progress.
interpretation. The Biblio AI will give you the interpretation of each and every plot there. So AI based result can be used, and that you can modify further for writing your review article or for writing your review chapter. When you write the review chapter, this BiblioShiny is only one part of your review. You are not supposed to give only the bibliometric analysis. The bibliometric analysis is actually for finding out the gap and justifying the gap and all. But for writing the review article, the bibliometric analysis is very important. So this Biblio AI is a latest addition to the BiblioShiny. This Biblio AI will give you the interpretation for each and every figures you have created with the help of this. Okay. So different analysis options are available there. And now you have two data sets with you. Data sets with you. One is a Scopus data set and another one is a Web of Science data set. Just practice with this data set, or we used to say it as play with this data set, and try to merge it with the help of RStudio. And after merging it, come back to BiblioShiny, load this data, and with the help of the BiblioShiny, you just do each and every analysis. Each and every analysis. You can create thematic map. You can create the word cloud. Just show the word cloud also. You can create the word cloud, the network diagrams, everything you can create with the help of this BiblioShiny app. That is what is called the bibliometric analysis. The bibliometric analysis. Okay. So, dear friends, just try to do the analysis with the help of all these. See the word cloud here. It will give you an idea about all the keywords and the prominence of each and every keywords. You may have seen this kind of figures in different articles and all. Our master keyword is sustainable finance itself. But when we use the sustainable finance as a master keyword, the related keywords are sustainability, sustainable development, climate change, ESG, finance, so green bonds. These are the related keywords. So by doing this kind of an analysis, we will be able to find out the scope for doing further research in the area, the gap, the progress of research in that particular area, everything can be find out with the help of this kind of an analysis. That's all about the bibliometric analysis using RStudio. I'm just stopping here because plenty of analysis options are available. Now the data set is with you. You just play with that. do each and every analysis and try to find out the interpretation with the help of that AI also, and try to read more and more review articles. Tomorrow we will display our own review articles, published review articles, and we will tell how to draft the review article in a Paka format and all. Okay, so we are just concluding for today. Today we have learned about the data extraction from Web of Science database in plain text format, and we familiarized some other databases also. And after that, we studied how to merge the different data sets downloaded from different databases in different formats by removing the duplicates. For that, we used RStudio. So before merging the data sets together, first we need to convert it into Excel format. For converting it into Excel format, we need Biblioshiny app. That is why we have imported the data and converted it into Excel format and saved it. Then again, just by going back to RStudio, we just uploaded both the Excel format files into the RStudio, and with the help of some codes, we just removed all the duplicate entries, prepared it as one document, saved it as an Excel document in our system. After that, again we proceed into the Biblioshiny app for doing the bibliometric analysis. So this is so simple, so simple. You can do it by your own, practice it, and find the relevance of each and every analysis there. Try to write interpretations of the same, initially with the help of AI and all. And see, this Biblioshiny handbook is already available. In that handbook, actually, they themselves explain the relevance of each and every analysis and how to write the interpretations of all those aspects. Try to do that, and try to read as many review articles as possible. Then only we will be able to proceed into writing our review article. Okay, I'm closing, I'm stopping here. Thank you so much. Going back to the organizers.
So now we are planning a question answer session. So I guess some of them are raising their hands. So we'll unmute you and you can ask your questions to sir, and sir will be answering it.
Yeah, Steffi, you have raised your hand. Nitin.
Sir,
Yeah, yes.
actually, I just would like to ask. I've seen while selecting the filter options yesterday in Scopus and Web of Science today, you selected the same filters and same kind of thing. So, is it always necessary to select the same thing there, or we can select accordingly there?
Because if your intention is to write a review article, it is better to maintain uniformity in downloading the dataset. No, when we download a dataset from Scopus and we use certain filters, better to use the same filters when we download it from other dataset also. That is to maintain uniformity. That's all. Yeah. Hope it is clear to you. Yeah, Nitin John, Jayanti Das, John Shribu, Renu Yadav.
So my doubt is,
Yeah.
good evening, sir. My doubt is, yesterday you mentioned about register protocols and registering to protocols.
Yeah.
So the first part of the doubt is it mandatory to register to protocols? And the second question is related to that is, can you throw some light on what is Prisma and whether it is mandatory to follow Prisma? And first thing is whether registering protocols is necessary, and also how is Prisma, whether it's related to these protocols.
Good question. Actually, protocol is not compulsory for social science researchers. But why we are proceeding to protocol, especially regarding this systematic literature review? The process of systematic literature review started in the area of medical science, especially in psychological field. So when they start an experiment, they register their protocol. The protocol registration will help in two dimensions. The first one, you are just communicating to the academic community that you are exploring this particular area and doing a research on that particular area, and your system or your methodology is this. If you are communicating in that dimension, nobody will intervene into that particular area. So you can reserve that topic for you. That is the advantage. So that is why certain libraries, certain agencies, they provide an opportunities. I told you about Cochrane yesterday. Cochrane's library, they promote all these types of review article generation and all these types of systematic literature review. They provide a platform for registration of protocol. Prospero is another such platform which provide you an avenue for registering your protocol, but that is not mandatory. That is the first part. And the second part is regarding your framework. You mentioned about Prisma. Prisma is one of the most accepted framework for doing a systematic literature review. As part of Prisma only, I have pointed out one thing today. The Prisma will be explained in detail tomorrow, because in tomorrow only we will discuss about how to structure your review article, how to structure your thesis review chapter. In that dimension only, I'll mention it in detail regarding this Prisma. Actually, this is part of Prisma. Prisma is the reporting framework. In that reporting framework, first you have to mention the keywords used by you, the search string in detail. That means the Boolean operators used, and the purpose of it is very clear. Then after that, how many documents you obtained. Then what all filters you used. So the first filter, subject filter, we have included these subjects only. Then this much documents excluded, and the data set turns to be this much only. So in that way, we have to write the entire steps. That itself is the Prisma, actually, the reporting framework. Not only Prisma, several frameworks are there for writing the research article, writing the review nowadays, that we will discuss tomorrow. Hope it is clear to you. Yeah, Jayanti, please proceed.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sir, I have two to three questions related to this systematic literature review. Yesterday, you said about the questions, addressing question about. So, whatever I know is, suppose I am framing a single question and with related to the whatever framework I am using. So, if I am making one main question and breaking it into two or three parts, so how will I address everything? You said yesterday it has six types, like generalizing and applicability, cause and effect, predictions. There are so many types. So, do we have to use everything in one paper?
No, that is not at all essential, because that is why I told you, for framing a question, actually our focus will be only one aspect, maybe only one aspect. If we are intending to relate the construct with the trends or patterns, then we just go for that question alone. And for doing this systematic literature review, actually, better to use only one question at a time. But you can combine, as you said, you can combine multiple sub-questions also with that. In that case, you may have multiple keywords together. And now we have learned how to use multiple keywords together in the search process just by adding another row, another row, and use the appropriate Boolean operator there. You can use that kind of an extraction process also. No problem.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
And the second thing is this Bibliometrics and Biblioshiny is not easily opening through our software. It doesn't come in the like it doesn't opens directly. So even I have tried this before, but it is not at all like opening.
What is the issue actually?
Sir, I don't know. Maybe the link that at the end we click for Bibliometrics or Biblioshiny in the R Studio, that doesn't take. I don't know why it doesn't take.
So first you have to install R. That is the
Yes,
process.
sir.
First you have to install R, because R is the interface which support the running of R Studio.
Yes, sir.
Then you have to open this R Studio. At the time of opening the R Studio, first you need to ensure that all the 5 packages, yeah, we also mentioned that you need to install or run Java 9 or an upgraded version of Java in your system, because the latest version of R and R Studio is supported with Java 9 and above only. So you have to ensure that in your system, Java 9 or above is there.
Okay, sir.
That also you have to check. Then you open your R Studio and ensure all the 5 packages are there. Install that, check all the 5 packages, then come to the console and type Biblioshiny and try to open it. It will open.
Okay, sir.
Just do it today and try to open it in that way.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Hope
Yeah,
I'm
yes.
audible.
Yes,
Uh,
audible.
Sir, you have actually mentioned regarding the data which is actually being interpreted by the AI, right? So can we actually use that in our article? Because will it be flagged for plagiarism? I mean, that's my question.
Sure. That is why I told you, just to know the basic aspects at the first stage, you can use
Okay.
it and try to understand the interpretation. Then you go and read multiple articles, how they have interpreted it. Nowadays, with the help of only this bibliometric analysis, you couldn't be able to publish a review article. Plenty of other aspects you need to address in your review article. So initially, just to understand the interpretation of each and every analysis, you can use that AI.
Okay.
After that, you just try to do it your own.
Okay, sir. Similarly, I do have one more question, sir. Say, for example, right, we actually mentioned about the bibliometric analysis, right? So along with that, we do have the systematic literature review. So actually, can we actually go for publishing a paper with the bibliometric analysis? I mean, only bibliometric analysis, not with systematic literature.
That is what I mentioned. Nowadays, initially, they have accepted the plain bibliometric analysis papers. Now, the reviewers are not accepting the plain bibliometric analysis paper. You have to club bibliometric analysis along with systematic literature review as a whole.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Sir, today we have learned how to merge the two files, one from WS and another from Scopus.
Yeah.
And then we can remove the duplicate records as well.
Yeah.
But I observed there was difference in the number of variables also, like 60 something variables in Scopus and 40 something in Web of Science. So when we merge the two documents, so what happens that only the common variables are left and others are removed, or
actually, regarding that variable sizes, no harm will happen there, because it will remove only one entry there. For example, an article written by A and B is there in Scopus, is there in Web of Science also. In that case, it will remove only one article. The other one will be there. So there will not be any harm with respect to the variables there.
No, sir, I just want to know that in the merged document, which type of variables are remain there? I mean, it takes the common variables from Scopus or Web of Science, or what is the process?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for your active participation, where we delved into the intricacies of systematic literature review and bibliometric analysis using RStudio and BiblioShiny. So we extend a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. BGT, for his guidance and clarity in using these powerful research tools. So as you all know, today was just the second day of the online worksheets 2. So we'll be having the third day tomorrow. So we all hope to see you tomorrow at the same time, 7 o'clock. As you all know, the link will be shared at 6:30 in the main group. So hope to see you all there. Thank you and goodbye until then.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night.